Hi guys, today's video is going to be a first impressions of the Veet Infini'silk, which is this device here. I mentioned this in my updated sponsorship video last week. This video is sponsored by Veet. They contacted me and asked me if I wanted to try it out and asked if I would do a first impressions video here on YouTube for you guys. So the general idea is I'm going to tell you what it is, what it does. I'm going to link a lot of information below because I am not a professional at all. I'm not an expert. I don't want to misadvise you, and so if you are thinking of buying this device, I want you to be able to read through all of the information first of all to make sure it's suitable for you, because there's various different things, reasons that it might not be suitable for you. I think certain skin tones it's not suitable for. If your hair is particularly dark, I want you to read through all of that information before you potentially purchase this item, because like I say, I'm not an expert. I can just tell you how I feel about it, the fact that it is suitable for me, and my first impressions. So that's that out of the way. It's an IPL device, so it's basically an at-home laser hair removal. I'm holding it. I feel like I'm I don't know what I feel like I am. Milo thought it was a hairdryer. Lee thought it looked like a gun. I think I feel like I work at a checkout. I feel like I'm going to be on supermarket sweep. Like really, beep, beep, beep. No, anyone else? No, obviously just me. I'm actually going to have to plug this in, I've just realised, to show you how it works. At first I thought it was one of those things that you charged up, so I plugged it in. It comes with a plug. Ta-da! Which actually comes with different heads, so you can slide that off if you're in a different country. If you want to take it on holiday with you, I don't know. You can slide that off and put different adapters in there. But I'm going to go and plug it in and show you it in action. It does just about reach, luckily. So, on the top panel here, you have a little green light. I don't know if you can see that. That says that it's plugged in. And then you turn it on, and I can't lie, I was a little bit scared. I just watched, and it was totally randomly. It arrived yesterday and I really wanted to try it as soon as possible. But I just watched a TV show, like a reality show, and someone was having their hair kind of laser removed or whatever by a professional. It looked so painful, and I kind of in that moment thought, oh, I hadn't even considered that it might hurt. So in that like brief moment I thought, oh, I don't know if I can do this. I'm really scared. And then when I turned it on, bearing in mind, I already had that fear of, this might really hurt. I turned it on and thought, that sounds serious. That sounds like a really serious piece of equipment. So I was a bit nervous, and I did do a little bit of filming when I used it last night. But I didn't want to use it. I didn't want to film whilst I was using it for the very first time, because I just thought, if I yelp, it's going to be really embarrassing. But I didn't. It wasn't painful at all. But I'm going to show you the little clip now of me actually using it for the first time. Okay, I am using this for the first time, and I thought I would film a little bit of it. So, when you turn it on, that's a little bit scary. And I'm a little bit scared it might hurt. I was really, really scared of doing this, and I wanted to show you it in action. I didn't want to film whilst I was doing it to begin with, because I seriously was like, I don't know if I can do it to myself, because I was really afraid that it was going to hurt, but it doesn't at all. So basically, I'll show you all the things that you actually do to set it up, but when you actually put it onto your skin, you hold it against your skin, it doesn't hurt, and then you move it up in sections from what I've seen. Ooh, it doesn't like that light in the focus, does it? And I was so nervous that this was going to hurt, but it really, really doesn't. So I was nervous. I read through the whole booklet, which you should do if you're going to use something like this, and everything I'm reading, I'm thinking, oh my god, oh my god. I just really got myself into a moment where I thought, oh, what have I gotten myself into? But it wasn't painful at all. I think you can just kind of, when you get yourself into a bit of a ridiculous state when you're nervous about something and you build something up to be so much worse than it is. Well, I had one of those moments. But I thought I would show you on camera now how it works, because you can't really see very well in that video, and it was dark, etc. So I'm going to do it on my arm. Now, what you're supposed to do before you use this for the first time is shave the area that you're going to use it on. So I'm not going to do that with my arm, because I'm not planning on using this on my arm. Some people might say that I need to have hairy arms for a lady, I don't know. But I'm not going to be removing the hair on my arm. I'm just going to be doing my legs and potentially my chin and my top lip, but I don't really know how that works yet. Again, this is a first impressions. I am going to do a follow-up blog post and let you know how I feel about that, because I just don't know whether or not I can do it on my chin and my lip because I don't want to shave that area first. I don't know how that works. And I do know that if you epilate or you pluck, it's not as effective because they need to get to the root. So I'm gonna do it, but I'm not kind of really doing this as a test because I don't know whether or not it can be as effective. But I am gonna be doing my legs. So bear in mind that what I'm doing right now is not the optimum surface because it is not a shaved area. I'm not going to shave my arm for the purpose of this video. But I'm gonna turn it back on again. Ooh, scary noise. And then it has these little three little light things here. Now it has 5 levels, which I found to be quite confusing. So there are 3, and you basically, so this is 1, 2, 3, and then I think that is 4. And then if you click it again, it's 3 solid lights. You can't see that, can you? I'll zoom in and show you. Whoop. And hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit better. Can you see those lights? So if I get it right down to 0 again, or right down to 1, you have 1, and then you click plus, and it goes 2, flash, 3, solid, 4, flash, 5, solid. And I had to watch a video to understand what that meant. I found that really confusing. I really wish there were 5 bars, but hey ho, whatever. So if I get to, let's just do it on the minimum, since I'm not actually going to be using this. But you can read in the booklet, it tells you what the correct level is for you, and this is the amount of charge, or the amount of energy in the pulse that's going to come out of here. And so depending on your skin tone, etc., it will tell you how powerful you can use it on. That's generally the idea. And I think I ended up using it on a 4 from, in fact I'm going to use it on my other arm because this wire is not quite long enough. So now for the scary part. You press this button, which is like a trigger, press it on your, wherever, your leg, whatever you might want to press it on. Take the bubble off my arm. And you wait for it to flash. So can you see? I don't know if you can see that. It's flashing. The lights either side of the panel are flashing. And then I press the button. Ah, scary! I seriously, when I did it for the first time, I was like, I think it's gonna hurt. It didn't hurt at all. It's slightly warm. And in certain areas, it's not warm at all. I have found the closer up I get to my thigh, and like my inner thigh, that is much warmer. It doesn't hurt. It does not hurt at all. But I wasn't expecting it to be much warmer, and I was like, ooh, that was a bit surprising, but it didn't hurt, not even uncomfortable. So that's what happens, and I think the first time you use it, it kind of senses your skin tone, and so after that, it will then know at what level or whatever else it is. That's kind of vaguely what I read in the booklet and what I watched from the tutorials that I watched online, and I was like all over that. Let me turn this off because it's super loud. Let me actually show you it one more time before we stop. Are you ready? My husband was going mad at me because I was doing it in the bed next to him, and he was like, how is that not making you go insane? So we had to leave the room whilst I was doing it. He thought I should be wearing like protective goggles or something, which I have read you don't need to do because it's already built in. So yes, I used it on my legs. I basically moved like down like this because I wasn't sure how to use it. I had to watch the videos. Even reading the booklet, I wasn't 100% sure because you would kind of think you'd have to get every single part of your skin, but you don't. You kind of do it in parts. So that's my kind of first impression so far. It was really, really easy. It didn't hurt. I just cannot tell you that enough because I was so nervous. And no one really seemed to mention it in the videos because as I was reading the booklet, it said some side effects like it can sting, and I was like, and some people experience redness, and I was like just freaking out at that point because even all the things that I'd read prior to agreeing to take the device and trial it for you, I had not read anything about it being painful, and just in that moment I thought, I can't do this. I was so scared, but it was really, really unnecessary because it wasn't in any way painful at all. But the videos that I watched, some of which I'll link below, were really useful as well because it just gave you an idea of actually seeing it in action. So if you want to actually watch me do this again, if you want me to do a follow-up video, let me know. That's not part of my agreement, just so you know. I will do that for you guys. I'll do a follow-up video, perhaps even a video diary if you'd be interested, because there's very little information I can give you right now, having only used it once. And I can't use it again for another 2 weeks because that's part of the program. You use it, I think for the first 4 sessions, you use it every 2 weeks, and then you go to every 4 weeks. So it's not going to be a quick process. If I use it over the course of, say, 8 weeks, I will have done 4 sessions, and I potentially could have seen results by then. So if you want me to do a video diary, I can do kind of every 2 weeks I'll do a little bit where I talk to the camera, and then after 8 weeks I'll put all that together and tell you whether or not I'm seeing results yet, or even a longer period. You let me know whether or not you would like that. Otherwise I will put kind of my next thoughts in a blog post as agreed with Veet, but let me know because I want to do what you guys are interested in. But yeah, that's the device. That's how you use it. It does claim to reduce your hair by various different levels, again depending on your hair type, depending on your skin tone, etc. I think it's like up to 50% or something. I don't know if you can then continue to use it to try and get it down to 0. I'm not sure. But I'm definitely interested in keeping up with this as long as I can possibly do it, because I'm someone that shaves in the morning and I'm stubbly by the evening. It drives me insane. I've spoken at length about hair removal in the past. In fact, I made a whole video about hair removal with Emma on our Style on Toast channel, because it's one of those things that just drives me insane. As a woman, there's so much hair that you have to remove, or you don't have to, but you feel like you have to. And for me, it's a comfort thing. And I did seriously used to shave my legs every single day. And I've broken myself of that habit a little bit, which was difficult because even just feeling a little bit of stubble on my legs was so uncomfortable to me. But anything that can kind of reduce that, if this really, really works for me, I will never stop talking about it, because I'm definitely their target market. I'm someone that hates shaving her legs and yet really has to do it. I don't even have particularly dark hair. It's just the feel. I can't stand it. So I'm going to be using it on my legs. I may start using it under my underarms, on my underarms. And there is another head, which is this little one, that's a little bit more targeted, that you can use. Not like this, you know, it has to be on the gun. But you can use it for your chin, your mustache, wherever. Your mustache. There you go. Your facial hair, let's say, and your bikini line. Apparently you can use this little what's name for. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to try my facial hair. Maybe not my bikini line, because that scares me a little bit. Plus if you wax or anything, again, waxing, epilating, etc., plucking, it won't work as well. I think it has to be that you shave the area. So it's really only going to work for me on my legs and my underarms, I think. But if it does work in other areas, I will let you know. Another point to make, I'm actually going to take this to my mum's house, because I've used this now and I can't use it for 2 weeks. When I first was asked about this, I'd said yes, I wanted to use it for me. And then we went to my mum's for dinner, which we do every Sunday. And that day, it was so bizarre. It was like 2 days after I'd been contacted by Veet. That day, my mum said, "Have you heard of those laser hair removal things?" And I'm like, yeah, what? And she wanted to go in on one with me, because she said that she wanted to make mainly like a facial hair issue. Not that my mum's got a full-grown beard or anything, but she wanted one for kind of upper lip and chin, etc., so that she didn't have to pluck on a regular basis. And I was like, well, you will never guess what, but we're getting one to try. So I'm gonna go and give this to my mum today when we go for dinner. And when I do my follow-up, I will be able to share her results as well, and her feelings about the product. I may even get her to do kind of a little bit of a write-up of how she felt it was easy to use, etc., because she's considerably older than me, and I think that it would be good to see it from 2 different perspectives, and possibly even from 2 different generations. It may be interesting for you guys. So overall, my first impression would probably be not at all as scary as I thought, not even slightly uncomfortable. I experienced maybe a slight warm sensation, like that's it, like a slightly warm sensation, but no discomfort, no redness, no stinging, no pain. Nothing that I kind of thought or read might have been a side effect, nothing at all, and no sensitivity whatsoever. So really, really quick to use, maybe 10-15 minutes for both legs. I only have to use it not twice a week, once every 2 weeks, and then once every 4 weeks. And if it works, you will definitely hear about this, because I really, really want it to work. If it doesn't work, you'll hear about it as well, because I'll be kind of annoyed, but then I would have been very annoyed if it didn't work and I'd paid all that money for it. But as it is, I won't be as annoyed, because obviously it was sent to me and I'm just reviewing it for you guys. But I will let you know if it's worth your money, and I will also pass on the thoughts and experiences of my mum as well when she's used it. So let me know how you'd like the follow-up to be, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!